Hi students, this is verb reviews with teacher Karen and Shaila. So what we're going to do here is just to review the tenses. From simple present tense, for instance, known as timeless present, in which we have simple present tense which is used when you are referring to habitual actions, actions that you always or never do. For instance, your homework. Or when you're referring to unchanged truths. For instance, let's see that you are now students. And when you are making general statements or facts, like you have to have an exam. Examples, habit. He always comes late to class. This is not something that you do, I hope. It's just an example. Unchanging truth. The sun rises in the east. Or this is the east. Well, the sun always rises in the east. They are friendly as a general statement, and these words tell us about some indicators. If you ever see daily, every day, today, usually, never, as a rule, every time, every year, rarely, everything that has to be with every, it goes in simple present. And here's just an example of how it works in case you don't remember. So we are set in the now, and we don't care about the past, and we don't care about the future. We just keep on that noun red line, okay? Now let's go to the simple past. Simple past is so easy. The simple past tense is used when the activity or situation began and ended at a particular time in the past. In other words, when the activity or situation is completed in the past. Yes, like ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends, they are in the past. To refer to past habits, for example, he was late to class yesterday. It doesn't mean that he's going to be late tonight. Sorry, today. And we also have this other one. When the completed action is in the past, we arrived 3 weeks ago. It was like 3 weeks ago. A past habit. She always wrote a letter to her mom on Sunday night. That's past habit. Now she doesn't do it anymore. She used to. The indicators last night, year, last year, yesterday, last week, one day, in all days, in early days, and once, like when you want to tell a story. And this is just simple present, simple past, but in a regular form with ed. So now if you see the cross mark, we are in the past. We are not now and we are not in the future, like just in the past. The present perfect. A tense very commonly used in English to refer to the past again. The present perfect is used when an activity happened at an unspecific time in the past, before the present, like your nowadays girlfriend or boyfriend. When an activity has been repeated several times before now. Several times. When your activity was very recently completed before now. And when the activity is not completed in the past. For examples, they have already seen that movie. We have visited New York City many times. I have just eaten, like an action that has been completed before now, like very recently completed. Actions not completed in the past. I have studied Spanish for many years. And the indicators are before, ever, never, been, yet, for, already, recently, just, so far, and since. So we have these, have or has, plus the past participle. I have studied, I have seen. You have studied, you have seen. And I want you to take notice of this. She, he, it, sorry for the pop. She, he, it has studied. And you have here has, as also in here has. Not have, not have, has. Okay? Then form 2. I have walked, I have grown, or you have walked, you have grown, or it has walked, it has grown. So if you see there is a contraction there. Then you have a diagram. So in this diagram, you have to notice that the X is in the past, is up to now, but we don't know if it's going to be in the future. Yes, like your nowadays boyfriend, girlfriend, it started in the past, somewhere in the past. You are with it like right now, but you don't know if you're going to get it to the future. That is why it's perfect. And this is another one. When you have like some things going on in the past up to now. Then we have the present progressive tense, sometimes called present continuous tense. The present progressive tense is used when an activity is in progress now at the moment of speaking. When an activity began before now and continues into future without stopping. And when the activity is temporary. When the activity is developing and changing, like you guys. Example, I am explaining something to the class right now. He's taking 16 credits this semester. She's understanding English more and more because she moved into the dorm. Indicators. Right now, at this moment, still, as we speak, this year, week, month, etc. Form. I am studying, you are studying. I am studying, you're studying, she's studying. Just ing. So it goes from the past, it goes to the present, and probably it's going to continue. Yes. Like that nagging teacher as me. Future tense. The future tense is used to indicate that an activity or event will take place at a time in the future. Examples. When I am retired, I am going to travel. I wish. Next week, we will work on punctuation. He is going to get his car fixed tomorrow. Our plane departs at noon next Friday. So this tells us that we have plans and that probably we are making some agenda notes to get to it. So it's something that we have already planned when we use will. And these are some indicators tomorrow, next week, in a month, next year. So form I will plus the verb in simple tense. Check she, her, it. Then we go to form 2. We have will and we have going to. Okay, I am going to stay. I am going to stay. You are going to stay. She is going to stay. Okay, this is repeated. Now form 3. Sometimes the simple present tense or the past progressive tense are used to express a future meaning. Usually these tenses are used when schedules, events are being discussed. I arrive or I am arriving. So for sure it's something that you are going to arrive because you bought a ticket. But if you are saying that I am arriving, it means that it is done. Like you are going to do that because you have that ticket. Okay, so that's the difference between one another. Almost both are very, very similar. So you have the noun and the activities taking place in the future. But it is taking place in the future because you did something like now to make sure you're going to have it in the future. Other English verb tenses. These tenses are combinations of the tenses we have just reviewed. So we have past perfect. This tense is not used a lot. It can often be used interchangeably with the simple past because these tenses do not differ much in meaning. The past perfect tense refers to activities that happened before a specific time in the past. So it was done in the past. At a moment, not any longer. He had visited her many times before she died. Here it's impossible to visit her again because she's dead. So that's why you cannot continue doing it. So we have had plus past participle, and we have past progressive, and this tense is used to refer to activities continuously in progress around a time in the past. They were eating when the taxi arrived. Was or were plus verb and ing. Past perfect progressive, this tense is used when an activity was continuously in progress before a specific time in the past. I had been thinking about her before she called. Had been plus verb. This is like. I like past perfect progressive. Present perfect progressive. This tense is used to describe actions that have been continuously in progress before now. These actions are not completed. I have been waiting here, for the last 2 hours. Okay, have been waiting. Then we have or has plus been plus verb ing. I know this is a lot of information, but we are going to practice on it. The future perfect expresses the idea that an activity will occur before some time in the future or some future time. She will have finished dinner before the game start. That will be like perfect. It's like what women think about you guys. It's just like this. Future perfect. Will plus have past participle. Yeah. Future progressive tense. This tense is used to refer to activities that will be continuously in progress around some future time. We will be flying over New York at noon tomorrow. Will plus be plus verb ing. Now we have future perfect progressive. You can set like a pause if you want to write down anything, or you can record this as many times as you want to. This tense is used to refer to activities that will be continuously in progress before a future time. He will have been working for 3 hours before you arrive. Check the verb tenses here. Will plus have plus been plus verb in ing. So an overview of the English verb tenses aspect system. So we have present, past, and future, simple, present, progressive, perfect progressive, okay? So if you check them, we just have like the present has simple present, it has present perfect, it has present progressive, present progressive, present perfect progressive, and we just checked with past and with future. It doesn't mean there is that there is not such a thing like past perfect or past progressive. It is. It's just that we just checked like in this one, present, past, and future, in simple present, in perfect, in progressive, and in perfect progressive. Okay, I want to give some acknowledgement to the charts in the presentation that were adapted from the work of Betty Schrumpfer. She is the author of